don't know if I want to wear the glasses or don't wear the glasses. Glasses. No glasses. I like the glasses, I think. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah, and as you could tell from the title, we have a book haul. A few weeks ago, I went to Barnes & Noble, bought a few books. I also got a couple from Amazon, and then Target is currently doing a buy one, get one 50% off sale until Sunday, May 14th. So of course I bought some books, and my package just arrived today. So I'm gonna do a collective haul of all of those, and let's get started. Also, I did recently start a Bookstagram, so if you want to check me out over there, that would be amazing. And comment on my most recent picture, kiss face emoji, so I know you came from my YouTube channel. Now let's move on with the video. So first up, from Amazon, I got two books. I got Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. This is her second novel. I really liked Every Summer After by her. I think I gave it like a 4.5. I might have given it 5 stars. I don't remember. Everyone says that book was so similar to Love in Other Words, and it was, and Love in Other Words like top tier. That one was really good too, so I'm really interested in what this one's about. Honestly, I don't even know what the book is about, so let me read the back really quick. Fern Brookbanks has wasted far too much time of her adult life thinking about Will Baxter. She spent just 24 hours in her early 20s with the aggravating, oh my god, I cannot read. She spent just 24 hours in her early 20s with the aggravatingly attractive and idealistic artist. A chance encounter that spiraled into a day-long adventure in the city. Excuse me. The timing was wrong, but their connection was undeniable. They shared every secret, every dream, and made a pact to meet again 1 year later. Fern showed up, Will didn't. Okay, so then it's 10 years later, but 10 years ago, Will Baxter rescued Fern. Can she do the same for him now? I'm assuming it's going to be past and present timeline, second chance romance kind of thing. Really excited for this. Also, the same day that Meet Me at the Lake released, Sarah Adams' new book, Practice Makes Perfect, released. This is in the same world as When in Rome. And in When in Rome, that book is about, is his name Noah? In When in Rome, that book is about Noah and Amelia, and Annie is Noah's youngest sister, and Will is Amelia's bodyguard. It's a good girl, bad boy trope. He's coaching her on like how to date. Please hold. This book is Small Town. I have already read it, and you guys, it's 5 stars. I want to reread it again. All of Sarah Adams' books are closed door, so there is no spice. It alludes to it, and I think she does a fantastic job of like having that, like those, like this one is basically like PG-13, I guess, like compared to her other books more so. Oh, the freaking cars! You guys, you have to read this book. I really liked When in Rome, but this one I think is so much better. I loved Will and Annie so much, and Noah and Annie have 2 more sisters, so we are getting 2 more books from Rome, Kentucky, and I cannot wait. Sarah Adams, please write faster because I need these books. I need them. Next up, this is from my Barnes & Noble trip. So I got My Favorite Half Night Stand by Christina Lauren. Christina Lauren is one of my favorite authors or author duos. I did read this and I really, really enjoyed it. So in My Favorite Half Night Stand, we have Millie and Reed, who are both professors at UC Santa Barbara. Millie is in a friend group with 4 guys, Reed being one of them. She's the closest to Reed. And after they're celebrating Reed's tenure one night, they hook up for the first time in their friendship, and then they're like, you know, that was a one-time thing, like whatever. And then everyone in their friend group makes a pact that they are going to go to this online dating site to find dates for this gala that's coming up. Millie creates a fake profile, matches with Reed, and they start messaging, and so it's friends to lovers, anonymous messaging, secret hookup, really good read. I think I read this in like a day and a half, but it's also fun because you get like the texts gifts and stuff in there, and with their friend group you get like their IMs and like you could see their little faces. Really cute. Love Christina Lauren's books. Next, I picked up The Godparent Trap. I have not read yet, but I've heard people enjoy this. They say it's like Life as We Know It, the movie with Katherine Heigl and Josh Duhamel, and I love that movie. This book is about Colby and Rip. So Rip's sister and his best friend get in a tragic accident, and he and Colby become co-guardians of their two children. So pretty similar premise to Life as We Know It, and I'm excited to read this one. Next, I have The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. I'm pretty sure this was her debut novel. She did a trilogy of interconnected standalones. This is the first one. I did just finish this a couple days ago. I cried the last 100 pages, so what's his name? This book is about Kristen and Josh. Kristen is Sloane's maid of honor and Josh is Brandon's best man. So Brandon just moves to California and he's a fireman, and so is his BFF Brandon. So they're working together. He meets Sloane. Both of them just got out of pretty long-term relationships, but they have this like super strong connection to each other. So they have like a friends with benefits situation, hoping no one catches feelings. Sloane is having Kristen is having some medical issues that she is not telling anyone about. It is one of the reasons that she cannot be with Josh, and Josh doesn't know that, and so Josh is like, why can't we just be together, because we both like each other. So good. Really enjoyed it. Highly recommend Abby Jimenez's writing. Cannot wait to read the next one. Speaking of Abby Jimenez, I have 2 copies of yours truly, and I will tell you why. The first one I bought from my little Barnes & Noble trip and read it, loved it, 5 stars. This is so good. This is the second book following Part of Your World. It's in that same world. So Part of Your World is about Alexis and Daniel. In this book, it's about Alexis's friend Brianna, who is a doctor. Brianna's a doctor at the hospital that Alexis used to work at, if you read Part of Your World. You don't have to read that book to read this one. Alexis and Daniel do show up in this one as well, though. And Jacob has his first day at the hospital. Jacob has anxiety, and so he doesn't start off on the right foot with Brianna. And so he writes her a letter to just say like, hey, I am not so great when I first meet people. Like, I'm so sorry if I ever, if I came off wrong, I didn't mean to. I hope we could be friends and work together, whatever. So then Brianna writes him back, and they start writing little notes and letters to each other back and forth at work and leaving them for each other. And it's so cute. I loved how you get different fonts, like different writing for each character for their letters. So you could tell Brianna's writing versus Jacob's writing. You have them writing letters back and forth to each other, and then you also have a little bit of fake dating. Jacob just got out of a long-term relationship, and he told his family that he had a new girlfriend after like 6 months of being single, because he didn't want his family to worry about him at an upcoming wedding. One of his sisters sees him with Brianna and just assumes that that's his new girlfriend. The reason I own 2 copies is because the first one that I got from Barnes & Noble that I read, I like dog-eared some pages, and then I got new highlighters, and so I wanted to highlight, but I'm not very good at annotating. I don't like what I highlighted. Like, it just looks ugly. So because I'm crazy, I bought a whole brand new book from buy one get one half off Target deal, so that way it'll be nice clean highlighting instead of this one. But I think, how horrible of me, I think I'm gonna give this one to my cousin, so she's gonna have my trash copy, and it's like, it's not even that bad. I'm just crazy. So now we're into all the books that I got from the Target sale. First up, I got Icebreaker. I already read this book late last year when it was on Kindle Unlimited. I think I heard people say that it's off Kindle Unlimited now. Hannah Grace's new book, the sequel for Icebreaker, called Wildfire. is coming out in a few months. I wanted to reread this or skim it a little bit, just like kind of get back into this world. Also, this book, like, I loved this book, so I probably will reread it. I wish I did have, I think it was the independently published copy that had the pink spine. I wish I had that one, but like, how cute are the ice skates on that? Oh, should I tell you what this book is about? This book is about Anastasia and, I almost called him Noah. Oh wait, I never remember the guy's name. This book is about Anastasia and Nate. Nate is a hockey player. Anastasia is a figure skater. This is a college hockey romance. At the college, there are 2 rinks, one for hockey, one for ice skating. Something happens to the hockey rink, so that gets shut down, and so the hockey players have to share a rink with the figure skaters. Did I say ballerinas at one point? No. What did I say? Anyway, they have to share a rink. Anastasia cannot stand Nate when she first meets him. Are you kidding me? With the freaking helicopters. So Anastasia's figure skating partner gets hurt and Nate takes his place. So they're partnering up, helping her practice because she is working towards being able to compete for Team USA. Really, really good. It's a little bit of reverse Grumpy Sunshine. She's definitely like a little bit more grumpy and he is definitely golden retriever energy. So good. Also, the spice in this book, immaculate. Next up, I have Something Wilder by Christina Lauren. Again, love Christina Lauren. I think this book came out last year. This book came out in 2022. I did listen to the audiobook for this, which I recommend. I thought the narrators for the audiobook were really great. I did want to just get the physical copy because I probably will reread this at some point. It was a very, very entertaining read. It is a second chance romance. Leo and what's her name? So you start the book off 10 years ago with Leo and Lily. I think they had just graduated college and they are on Lily's ranch. Are they in Wyoming? Like, can't remember anything about this book. So we start the book off 10 years ago in Wyoming. I believe they had just graduated college. They are on Lily's ranch and they are basically like promising each other like the rest of their days. Then you jump present day. Leo is living in New York. Lily is living in Utah. And Leo and his friends have a guys trip every year, and this year they are going to Utah. Leo has no idea like what they're doing or anything, so when they get there he realizes that their camping excursion trip that they're doing, Lily is the owner of, she's in charge of it, so they are going to be spending a week together. I really liked this book. It had outdoor adventure, mystery, treasure hunting. It was so good. I really enjoyed like the adventure aspect of this going alongside with the second chance romance part of it. Oh my, like just the little twists in there, like yeah, like maybe they were somewhat predictable, but could totally picture it in my head like a movie. Also, can we talk about how gorgeous the cover is? Next, I have the Happily Ever After playlist. This is the second book in the Friend Zone series. So if you read this book, then you read this one. This book happens 2 years after the events in this book, but I don't think it's necessary to read it. They're interconnected standalones. This book is about Kristen's best friend, Sloan, and a musician. Sloan finds Tucker's dog and keeps him and tries to get in touch with him, and it's like weeks later when she hears back, he's like, hey, I want my dog back, and he's been touring, so he like didn't get the messages or something, and then they start texting back and forth and it gets kind of flirty, so I think that'd be kind of fun. So next I picked up Before I Do by Sophie Cousins, and I think I saw this online a couple weeks ago and it sounds so good. It like kind of reminds me a little bit of One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid, like just the fact of like who should I pick kind of thing. Let me read the back of the book. The one line says, what would you do if the one that got away turned up the night before your wedding? I'm like, okay, tell me more, like what's happening? Head in the Stars Audrey is about to marry down-to-earth Josh. Though they are polar opposites, they have a healthy, stable relationship. Josh is just what Audrey needs, but romance should be unpredictable and full of fireworks. And as the big day approaches, Audrey's found herself wondering if Josh is really the one. This effing helicopter is really trying me. So when Josh's sister shows up to the rehearsal dinner with Fred, Audrey's what if guy, the man she met 6 years ago and had one amazing day with. Audrey finds herself torn. Surely Fred's appearance the night before she is due to get married can't be a coincidence. And when everything that could go wrong with the wedding starts to go wrong, Audrey has to ask herself, is fate trying to stop her from making a huge mistake? Or does destiny just have a really twisty sense of humor? I cannot wait to read this. It also seems pretty short. 357 pages. Could probably read this in like a day and a half. Like, I think it's going to be so good. And the covers, like, I love the shadow in the cover of it. Moving on. The next book I picked up is, I feel like, a little different than what I read, but I was intrigued. It's A Witch's Guide to Dating a Demon. I did read The Ex-Hex and The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling, and I really liked those books and like the little bit of magic in it, but it's still like romance. It's not too fantasy. So I feel like this might have a pretty similar vibe to it. Okay. Marielle Spark is prophesied to be the most powerful witch seen in centuries of the famed Spark family, but to the displeasure of her mother, she prefers baking to brewing potions and gardening to casting hexes. When a spell to summon flower goes wrong, Marielle finds herself staring down a demon when she inadvertently summoned for a soul bargain. Ozrith the Ruthless is a legend among demons, powerful and merciless. He drives hard bargains to collect mortal souls, but his reputation has suffered ever since a bargain went awry. If he can strike one with Marielle, he will earn back his deadly reputation. Ozrith can't leave Marielle's side until they complete a bargain, which she refuses to do. Turns out some humans are attached to their souls. But the witch is funny and curvy and disgustingly yet endearingly cheerful. Becoming awkward roommates quickly escalates when Marielle, terrified to confess the inadvertent summoning to her mother, blurts out that she's dating Ozrith. As Ozrith and Marielle struggle with their opposing goals and maintaining a fake relationship, real attraction blooms between them. But Ozrith has a limited amount of time to strike the deal, and if Marielle gives up her soul, she'll lose all her emotions, including love, which will only spell disaster for them both. I'm like, that sounds pretty good, right? Like, kind of like a fake dating, forbidden love sort of thing. Interesting. Okay, so I got A Court of Thorns and Roses. I started reading this on my Kindle. I got it through the Libby app, which is like an online library. Highly recommend checking that app out if you have a Kindle, smartphone, iPad, whatever. Like, you just need the Libby app, the Kindle app, and you're good to go. Read books for free. Anyway, I got about 40% of the way through before I had to return the book to the library, and it was a very slow start for me, but I've talked to a lot of people online and they say keep pushing through because the second book is so much better and blah blah blah, and like you just have to get through the first book. I'm just trying to be a fantasy girly, and I feel left out not having read this book. Basically, all I know so far is Feyre's family is poor. So even though that she's the youngest one in the family, she goes out to hunt food for their family, and it's the middle of winter. She goes out into the woods to hunt and she kills a wolf. Turns out that wolf was a fairy. And so someone from the fairy world comes to collect Feyre because it's a life for a life. So she either has to come live in the fairy world or she dies. She chooses to go live in the fairy world, leaving her family, and now she's living with this fairy who, what's his name? So now she's living with Tamlin in the fairy world, and something's wrong in the fairy world. I don't know. That's a really good description. I like the book so far at being 40% of the way through. It's fine, like it's just so new for me. I really like Tamlin so far, but from what I've seen online, I'm not supposed to like him, so it's a little confusing. I don't know. Please leave your thoughts on this book, this series down below, because am I the only one who's like not really into it so far? I don't know. But I bought the physical copy, so I have committed to it, and I am going to finish this. Last but not least, I got a book that I have been pretty skeptical about starting this whole series for a while now. That is the Addicted series. So I got Addicted to You. This book is about Lily and Lo. She is addicted to sex. He's addicted to alcohol. So they've been pretending to fake date to hide their addictions from their family. I'm like, is this a toxic relationship. I mean, obviously it's toxic, they're enabling each other, but everyone raves about Lily and Lo. And then there's a spin-off series, the Calloway Sisters series, which is about Lily's sisters, Rose and Daisy. Again, don't really know much about this book except that everyone loves it. But as they sink beneath the weight of their addictions, they cling harder to their destructive relationship and wonder if a life together for real is better than a lie. Strangers and family begin to infiltrate their guarded lives, and with the new challenges, they realize they may not be addicted to just alcohol and sex. Their real vice may be each other. I'm really intrigued by this book. Like, I want to know if I'll think it's as good as everyone else does. I hope so, but also big series kind of scare me, so that's why I've put these books off for so long. Anyway, that is my haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye. Whatever. Okay, bye.